know if I necessarily see the path to get there. One of the easiest maps that technically you'd think Seattle has the best odds on is this Karachi for map number 1. They're decent at it. As Nameless pointed out, it often gets banned against them. The only downside is Toronto is undefeated on this map. So not going to be easy to be the best team in the game. Got to kick things off right, though. Going to be going on board with Toronto, who have already made their way inside the hill. Inside, if you're picking the over, good luck with that one.
Inside's going to be a tough one to kind of outgun here for a couple of the Seattle Surge players. We know how solid he has been through the entire year, but it's a good start for Seattle. A couple of kills coming on through. They're going to be looking for that rotation over towards the P2 side nice and early. 30 seconds to go here over towards P1. For Brezzy, I think coming into this as well, it's going to be a tough game, right? You're going up against some of the best players in the game, the best team in the game, right? You can't really argue against that right now. It's a tough one for him to come into, but a good start for the side of Seattle Surge. Arcades can find a couple of kills over towards top 3. 13 seconds remaining over towards P1. Rotation looking pretty hot as well. Nice start for the side of Seattle Surge.
Absolutely. Effectively a perfect break that they're able to get a nice little push out on P2 as well. Hook's running through the mid lane. You got a Booza pushed out underneath red. Well, he gets found out pretty quickly. Nice reads there from Envoy, but still inside the hill. Surge is collecting, and Hook, again, the annoying player. Tough to deal with, tough to take down. The 2P really going to open things up for the team. Seattle remains secure over by P2.
Yeah, 45 seconds remaining here. And they are soaking up every single one that is possible. Inside Code now starting to find a little bit more control. They managed to get past the bus, and all of a sudden it's going to come down to a couple of 50-50 gunfights. 2 trade. Arcity's there though, lingering. And we'll find the last 2. Nice plays coming through from Seattle. Arcity's hasn't died yet. Sitting at 5-0, you wouldn't mind a cruise whatsoever. 20 seconds to go here over towards P2. Toronto Ultra just going to squeeze Seattle Surge in if they possibly can. Keep an eye on Hook though. He's going to start to try and find a rotation, but really solid start for Seattle Surge. Yeah, 10 seconds to go. They're going to have about a 60-point lead.
This is basically as good as it gets. Even with Thuke, as you pointed out, working way through Coop, he doesn't exactly have a lot of help for the moment, but every kill at this point that Surge is going to get really opens up the doors for him. Hook has done a wonderful job of just staying alive and being annoying. You got players now inside the hill that have to be concerned about him, while the other pressure from Surge is coming in through the Junk side of the map, and Junk blown wide open. Insight's going to fall, Surge can pounce, and Hook can start making his move as well. He might get shot in the back, but still on the Junk side of things. Abuza making the cross. Seattle, the opportunity is here.
And Paul kill came in from Envoy on towards Hook, and all of a sudden that potential pinch that was there is broken down. Everybody else from Seattle Surge filtering through this side, but Arcity's taking his time, working on that cruise missile, which could definitely help Seattle Surge out. But that 25 seconds remaining for Toronto Ultra. It's been a clean 60 so far. Hook is able to find one after that second coming in from Brezzy. Can't find any more though. Envoy finds a couple of his own. Arcities doesn't get a hold of that 6th kill, and all of a sudden all that waiting was for nothing, and that lead is very much gone. 10 seconds remaining here. Over towards P3, now we're going to start heading over. If you are on the side of Abuza and Co, you wouldn't mind keeping a hold of the junk spawns if you possibly can. A lot of presence from Toronto Ultra over towards the old side of the hill. Not going to quite be able to get some time over towards next, although that is hard anyway, chance. But still here for Seattle Surge. A lot of positives to take away. You've got Ultra spawning towards the back as well. You might well lose those gunfights, but you're not in too bad of a spot.
Any positives you had, though, Envoy might be trying to strip them away. He's on a 5 spree, and he is just so much to sort of dagger these players and not let it be open for the top 3 position. He does get taken down, so no cruise missile. Small W there for Seattle. Of course, that hill time, though, Insight has been the collector. He's got the trophy. He has a little bit of coverage, but we're towards the trade section of the hill, and that just means a little bit of white time. Only 20 seconds left. Not necessarily easy for either team to get it. Big gunfight, though, maybe for Abuza just to keep him away from the time. Scrap wins it. A little bit of 10 seconds over there. And keep in mind for Toronto, if you're looking at the rotation, they are free and clear, nice and secure. It's only Arcity's going to be behind enemy lines.
Yeah, it was a spawn over towards Diner. 2 players from Toronto Ultra. You could see Envoy Insight mid their way over, find the gunfight, find the rotation. P2 was fantastic from Seattle Surge, but realistically speaking, they've had nothing to write home about since then. And we're going to try and lock this one down. Inside we'll be able to find the first. It's a push that's going to come from a couple of different angles here, but the second gunfight from Envoy, it's 9-8 from him now, starting to heat things up. One kill able to come in from Abuza, going to continue to survive, but Toronto Ultra, after a shaky start to the game, are starting to come back into it. Let's go for a list then with the Toronto boys.
Weak P1. Yo, 2 and red, 2 top red, I think.
Yeah, top balk.
Yeah, 2 there.
Oh, there's 2 balk. I'm just looking.
I spawn back. Yeah, you're good. Go across. Look, someone look my top.
I'll look at top now.
They're gonna go left.
2 top red. Go 1. Another one there. 1's diner.
Yeah, one's 1 L right now. I'm going new, bro. They
Red, top red.
Mid alley's open right now.
2 top red. Last 2 top red. I'm off streak.
I'm going bridge, by the way, okay?
Yeah, I'm coming left to you, Toby.
Top set, he see me. I have a sub.
Nothing's shouted, top red. They could be mid
Top
lane
red,
as
top
well.
red, top red, child mid.
So I'm playing slow for a kill here.
Top church. Like, lane long, lane long.
Yeah, I'm medium long.
He's gonna fight. Oh, dead. Dead.
Go
One
for it,
top
Gerard.
bridge, he just killed me. Yo, low scaff on you, Bill.
Are you?
He's gonna climb, I think it's Hugh.
See him?
Definitely
I'll
low
see him.
scaff.
He's gonna be top 3. Oh, that's bridge. Frenzy.
Hey, the time, my bad.
Time is weak, one red.
Okay, take our time here.
Yeah,
I'm needing time.
top red. Let's go left. He's gonna be
I'm
bridge,
peeking
yeah?
further now.
Gonna be
Okay.
bridge as well.
2% bridge.
Shaky start to the rotation over towards the first side, but a better end for Toronto Ultra. Seattle Surge trying to do the same again, though. P1 to P2 was good. Let's see if they can lock it in. Let's go for a listen with Seattle Surge.
Yeah.
Bridge. Bridge.
Okay.
Watch out, bridge steps.
Top first trap, okay? Blink super slow.
Absolute top AC. Absolute top AC.
Jamie got you.
Okay,
Jamie got you.
okay.
Two on
We're
ult.
good. We're good.
I'm in throw. Yep. They go topper.
Wait, low.
Yeah,
low
I'm just
key.
main
Yo,
throw, guys,
I'm
I'm just
pitching
main throw.
I'm pitching alright. I'm pitching.
I got Chovy on the fucking on
Okay.
the back.
One best already. What's that? Yeah, he's dead. I'm on his people.
I'm standing my back.
I get time.
You have time? Alright.
Yeah. I'm watching my main.
Okay, we're missing inside
Top
cleaners.
top flat inside.
I'm gonna try to play
First
top
one.
I'm
I'm
watching my balcony.
I spawned out.
Oh,
Wait,
wait,
I'll just
back
like the
hill,
fire, just like the fire, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
You just play close. Behind
Main close to you guys. Was main.
Back dump inside.
I'm behind him. So now 50.
One
shot Clinics. I got top single, okay?
Yeah, we're good.
He's close to you.
We spawn out.
Yeah. I make it. Take your time, Kalla. Just one back right.
Spawning like
from mid.
Bottom red.
Nothing mid.
Bottom red.
We have to play that shit together.
You know, Ton, all things considered, Seattle playing it kind of well, but a few missed moments, right? They're calming, hey, we're missing insight. Meanwhile, Kleenex is on his belly, crawling at you and making the play. And inside the men, they thought they were missing on a 9 spree as well. So he's got a cruise. He is comfortable. Why not make it 10 as you're rotating over towards new? But you can already see Ultra, they have blown the game wide open, and they got a cruise missile just to seal the deal.
Felt like they had a couple of more gears to find their way into, and all of a sudden Toronto Ultra are very much putting those gears to good use. Inside 14-8 was not really having the best of starts, and ever since he has heated up, Toronto Ultra have been lights out. Really good players coming in from Kleenex there. Very cold push that came in over towards P2, and all of a sudden this rotation's in here for Toronto Ultra. They can win it over towards P3. It's been a valiant effort for the most part from Seattle Surge, but a couple of breaks here and there starting to make this a lot more difficult. Ultra are only 20 seconds away here. Chance, can you find any break if you're Seattle?
Got to do it quick, though, too. They got a full 60 last time, and Ultra at least have to back off the hill. And, I mean, a few more seconds, and Surge at least buy themselves a rotation to potentially stay alive in this game. They've done enough. They're going to force it towards new. Problem is, for Ultra, you can already see the setup that they have, right? A couple players left over by the bridge. Going to be set up, ready to go on this new time. Surge, it is only a lifeline that they have.
18 seconds over towards P4 is not the easiest thing to do. The Toronto Ultra won't mind that much, considering the 100-point lead. They will be still feeling confident, but those 18 seconds are starting to tick in, especially when you find 3 down. 13 away now for Toronto Ultra. They're going to start reading the spawns, and this is not where you want to be when you're trying to find a push. It's kind of going to be on Arcides to find a plot flank. He is going to be able to find 1. Abusa finds 2, so the break comes in. 5 spree for Arcides. If he can make that a 6, lock down some decent time, find a rotation. There's a lot of if, buts, and maybes to this potential comeback, but it may well have just been completely shut down. Abusa can't turn in time. Kleenex onto the hill, and nowhere near for Seattle Surge. That'll be map number 1, Ultra. Shaky start chance, but started to accelerate away as soon as they got the opportunity. Classy game from Ultra.
Absolute classic, I think, is the correct way to phrase that. I mean, you're correct. Surge did have effectively the perfect opening break, got a bunch of kills, had the rotation in P2. Everything was singing sweet, and then you go over to P3. Ultra just buy themselves a full 60 and the rotation in the meantime, and eventually those guys found their groove. Insight going on a 10 spree, always of note. Never that guy breaking a sweat on his brow on the map. Either way, comfortable stuff there from Ultra. They keep their perfect record on Karachi. Everything is simply just business as usual, but I'd say an interesting map overall. Like super low engagements for a few players on the map. Arcides, I mean, he also went on a nice little spree of his own early on in the game, but effectively just kicking the feet up for the early section. And I don't know, not too much to say. I guess the desk was like sort of half correct on either side. Kleenex was the top slayer. I believe that was Ali's call. Nameless had the right read though on the number of kills coming through, because the game didn't last entirely that long.
think it was actually Chris that went for Kleenex, you know, so I'll give Chris his due.
Oh, I apologize.
We're
Yeah,
there.
Chris, my bad.
I'm fighting for the Chris's, right? And we'll keep you right on that one, Chance. But irrelevant of that, a really, really good performance from Ultra. And look, I think for Seattle Surge, coming to this game, you're heading into an undefeated map for Ultra. It's a map that you don't particularly mind yourselves. You're thinking, all right, yeah, good start. P1, decent hold. P2, nice rotation. But that was all they really had to talk about, right? We headed over. There was a certain stage where Surge would have found a comeback from there. Ultra did really well to find the second break. Insight on the 10 spree. It felt like it was curtains from then on out.
And for those of you keeping track of the highlights too, some of the big moments from Ultra, it was when Envoy went on the 5 spree around Chicken Coop. That was the hill that they got a full 60 on. Envoy also picks them apart to set up Ultra on the rotation towards that new time. So that was a big momentum shift. And then a few different plays for the side of Seattle, trying to set things up when RCs gets to the back on the chunk kill. He actually does a really nice job picking up some kills, but as him and Brezzy were going to make the break on junk, they get picked apart instantly. So they had a few moments where they're setting themselves up well to make the play and then just cannot deliver towards the end. And obviously, if you're just paying attention to the game flow, again, really nice start early on and then a complete flat line effectively there for Seattle as Ultra found that groove. And, you know, it's Ultra and Hardpoint, man. That's just what it has been this entire year.
Yeah, 6 points over, what, 4 hills? Not good enough in the end. Really good start, but that was pretty much it. We stay on Karachi for the next 2 maps, and will we get to see Skid Row High Rise? I'm not too sure. Based off that map number 1, really, really good performance from Toronto Ultra, and we got to continue to celebrate these guys of how good they've looked through the entire season. Chance looking pretty indomitable right now. Seattle Surge not looking necessarily like the team who could go on to beat them, but if Toronto Ultra have a weakness, Search and Destroy isn't it either. Really, is it's really tough to kind of ascertain where teams are going to beat them.
The funny thing is, you talk about the weakness, like maybe a Rio S&D could have been a potential weakness for Ultra, like we saw him played against Vegas, and they got 6-0 bopped, but both the Rio bands came through, and it was Surge that got rid of both of them. So any potential weakness that Ultra might have, Surge wasn't looking to take advantage of, and at least in my mind, not really a good sign. Like, a new map being added to the rotation is a big opportunity for teams that are struggling to add that to their repertoire. Surge banned both of Rios. They're just not interested at all dealing with Ultra on those maps, and that just means you get Ultra on their comfy ones, which, if you're looking at Scrap, about as comfortable you could be in your hoodie, kicked back, just posted up, waiting for the next map to start. Again, that is not a team that is going to be feeling any stress. Last time they played against Seattle might have been the quickest series in CDL history. They 3-0'd them. It was not remotely close, and Surge is, you know, taking a bit of a hit since then.
Yeah. And again, I'm going to go and delve into my body language degree. I don't have Seattle Surge not looking happy in the cams. Can they spin it around though? Major II Qualifiers so far have been good from our cities in the Search and Destroy, although one standout map, of course, is really what's got them to that stage. With a 5-1 record here for Toronto Ultra, it's always a good sign. If you are a fan of the Canadian side, to see them loading into a Karachi Search and Destroy. Seattle Surge, what can you do to answer though? There's an opportunity in Search and Destroy, that always is. But Ultra, just so icy when it comes down to these kind of series. Potential banana skins here and there. Of course, in the CDL, anyone can cause you an issue on any given day, but not looking likely at this moment in time. Can Seattle Surge maybe turn this one around?
Well, they're going to need a strong start. They have a lot of map presence as well, right? Hook already made his way up towards the middle of the map on an island by himself and already toying with the idea of going on a flank. Does it get red? Yes, it absolutely does. 2-2 split. Again, easy reads there from Toronto. Efficient on the first blood front, executing in the meantime. And any map control that Seattle had, well, it is gone.
Yeah, completely losing control of red, and all of a sudden you have lost the round. Boozer dead to rights. First blood opens up, Hook goes for the flank, and from there, it's just complete control from Toronto Ultra, finding the gunfights in the important place. Scrap is just sitting there yawning. They got their feet up. Insight finds 2 in the round. Boozer falls far too easily, and a weak defense to kick things off from Seattle Surge.
And even on the, you know, we talk about like the map pool, but how about the playbook that you have within a like individual game of, well, pick a game mode, but Search and Destroy especially, the more like sort of, you know, bag of tricks that you have to dig into, the more things you're efficient at on the map, the better it's going to be. Ultra can do everything. Surge, it is very common for Hook to go in and make an individual play. If you shut down Hook, you have success. And I mean, Ultra, again, that was perfect in round 1. Reggie has a good deal of map control. Some nade smoke actually protecting Envoy in that moment. Wow. And in the meantime, another first blood. Who gonna fall? Kleenex finds his first.
Brezzy stuck between a rock and a hard place. Scrapple 5-1 insight is there for the cover. Nobody from Seattle Surge has a kill on the board yet, but Arcides can turn that around. The 1 versus 4 here will be something quite miraculous. Miraculous? We can't even speak today. Miraculous. Anyway, it's not going to happen. Envoy will find the kill. Toronto Ultra close it out. Miraculous or miraculous. What did I say first time around there? It was quite confusing. My brain is not working today.
I don't speak British, so I can't help you out there. But what I do understand is body language, and that is Scrap, I think, just looking for dope. As that's the term of the year, I suppose, in a sense. That was a very quick 4 versus 1, where everything was going perfectly, and Scrap absolutely ego chows the absolute hell out of Arcees, just for entertainment factor. So Scrap might give away a free B kill, but Ultra very much successful in the round. 2 for 2 on the first blood front. Last time they played a 2-2 split. This time, 3 hits straight down the middle lane. Kleenex, nothing but full gas pedal on his mind, already behind enemy lines.
Zero fear. Same for Envoy, yeah. Found himself now with a position where he can plant this bomb. Has to be careful. He's going to rethink and go for it again. Brezzy, unknown to Ultra, is in a position where he could potentially do something here. Going to have to try and stay alive. We'll know exactly where Envoy is, but unfortunately for him, he hasn't been able to make the move. 2 versus 3 here for Surge. Brezzy could do with finding something up top if he can. Is he going to be watched? He's got Arcides here for company. Break open the door. You can't do it quickly. Insight will be taken down on the comeback here for potential of Arcides. Not going to happen. Toronto Ultra hold it down. It's an easy enough plant. They walk through the defensive lines that were there. It's all laughs on the bottom side of the screen. And not a smile to be had at the top. This is dominant from Ultra.
Maybe just giggling of like, oh, Brezzy was actually behind us that whole time. Like, how'd I get that bomb plant down for free? Funny little thing that could happen in the round, but again, easy adjustments there. Even when the first blood doesn't go Ultra's way, they still bounce back and just get the kills immediately. The triple mid-map presence there, the lethal threat to get all that map control and catch everybody off rotation. Arcedes, by the way, has 3 kills, which unfortunately is 100% of Seattle's team kills. Not a fun stat for anybody on Surge.
No, absolutely not. Envoy pushing forward now. Oh, and just the timing catches him out there. That is tough. Will get himself away. Good shots coming in. Kleenex has already found 2. Envoy trying to stay alive in the middle of the map. Brezzy will get himself onto the board here for Seattle Surge, but now a 2 versus 3. Ultra positioning not too horrible over towards that B side. Seattle Surge got complete control of A side, but looking like they do want to make their way over towards B here, Chance. Brezzy may well just be scouting out, but doable here for Seattle Surge.
And I like this play from Brezzy too, right? If you go for the plan on A, you're just going to get swarmed and trapped in with the man disadvantage. So now you're just looking for these errant kills, and maybe Brezzy, it depends on the timing. The top third timing, always awkward. It does not pan out his way. You try to play patient, and, well, Ultra can do that too. Again, deep bag of tricks. Ultra always on point. Hook maybe going for the smoke fake, bait out a couple different players, and that play ends up going perfectly. He gets 1 kill, but only 15 seconds left on the clock, and Kleenex there to slam the door in his face. 4 rounds in a row from Ultra, who are now, I think, 10 rounds in a row overall in Search and Destroy against Seattle Surge.
Not much to speak of from the Surge front. Toronto Ultra really dominant so far here. And we knew that this was always a potential that could come through. The consensus best team in the game going up against the Surge squad, who are just really struggling right now. The new addition coming in, and things haven't looked too pretty yet. Things can change very, very quickly, but I'm not feeling like this is going to be the series where that potentially happens. Push here for Ultra now over towards the B side. It's going to be a hit from both 2 teams over towards the side, although a little bit more of mid-map control here for Surge. Envoy very, very weak off a nade that came through. Bounce this one off. We'll clear out the block to the right-hand side next to the scaffolding. I'd imagine the challenge will come through very, very shortly because Toronto Ultra just got to be feeling themselves. But there you go. First blood coming through. What on head?
1v3 for inside, by the way. Scrap's going for just, NW2 classic off the top rope kills, and he's successful. But either way, a great round so far from Surge. However, Insight, most clutch player this year in the league. This is a map where he thrives. A horrible situation for him to be in. Player just above him, player out towards bridge, gonna get tagged up. Easy trades from Brezzy, and there you go. Seattle Surge, they're on the board.
I think Scrap is, how do you say it?
Having fun.
Taking the piss at this stage. Seattle Surge are able to get themselves around back. Comedy from Scrap is not enough to get Ultra the round, and it's time to lock in because you're going to lose it. The child from up top there. I mean, ultimately, look, I know he's having some fun at that stage, but if you can hold up top, then maybe something else can be done there. But you know what? We aren't going to begrudge him. Toronto Ultra still cruising in this one.
I mean, who doesn't love a good fadeaway shot? Why not bring in some trick shot-esque style kills into a professional match? And well, for Surge, trying to dodge being trick shotted. Again, back towards the middle of the map. Hook, bomb in hand, absolutely has Brezzy there to help him. Mid-map control is there. Hook with the bomb running straight at you. I think Envoy read it, doesn't make a difference. And Hook, a little bit extra fun on the uptake. And now for RCD's 2 players on the flank he's working with. Easy reads, keeping these players at bay. Surge have to do something on the map in the meantime. And there you go. Brezzy finds the extra kill, trapped in between 2. Doesn't matter. He's trapping them. That is a 4 spree from Brezzy. And honestly, a big shining light. If he could get a cruise missile, that could be massive on Karachi.
It's one for more smiles on Toronto Ultra. 4-0 up, chilling. All of a sudden, it's a 1v4 for Kleenex. He's going to get 1, not going to get out. So Ultra lose another round. Seattle Surge finding 2. Toronto Ultra, it's time to lean forward again. Those first 4 rounds were solid, but good work from Seattle Surge. Brezzy doing some great stuff over towards this B-side. And I mean, it's a bold challenge from Hook specifically because he has the bomb, but wins it, opens things up. When the first bloods come for Seattle Surge, so do the rounds. Just need to work on this maybe a little bit more. Potential on the cards here. 4-2 now.
And I saw Hook as well, having a little bit of fun. Maybe dipping his toes in the sand. A little extra love there to Envoy. But again, an absolute wild man challenge to go for with a bomb. But that is Hook at his finest when he just flies.
Brezzy, oh, is he going to catch anything from the mid-map? Not quite. Has to be careful. Will survive. He's going to expect his push coming through. Will find the kill on the Scrap. 3 versus 3. Brezzy will have to back on down and give up A-side control. Kleenex will find another over towards the B side. And it's completely open now for Toronto Ultra. Oh, for Seattle Surge, what do? Both sides completely taken over. Ultra run through them. And all of a sudden, it's map point.
Run through them indeed as well. That is a kill. You are literally in your spawn dying to insight. That is always one of the most demoralizing things to me in ranked play, when you basically do not make any like aggression on the map. I know Brezzy actually moved up the map and got a kill, but being back down like that, not a fun experience. Ultra, again, as you pointed out, might have lost 2 rounds, but that is the confidence bounce back that you were looking for.
1 round away from sending themselves 2-0 up in this series. Kleenex sitting at 10-3. Being the kill leader on map number 1 and map number 2 by the looks of things. If Toronto Ultra don't close it out here, maybe somebody can close that gap, but irrelevant. Seattle Surge looking for a push over towards the B side. Insight there to be watching over, looking over towards top 3. Scrap is there alongside of him, but from a different angle. Push still potentially going to come in over towards this B side. Seattle Surge have some bridge control, so not too bad of a spot to kick this off here for Seattle Surge chance, but Toronto Ultra are in a decent setup.
Well, bridge control doesn't really matter unless you get the bomb down. If Ultra players have to push into it, feels horrible. If they just get a coast and play for gunfights like this, it's not the worst thing in the world. Abuza, though, nice shots through the wall for the first blood, and now the bridge control is as good as it gets. Bomb down, 4v2 man advantage. These are the unlosable rounds. Surge, firm control. They are absolutely going to push this at least to a round number 9.
Lovely stuff from Surge. And yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, you get control of that bridge, you try and then work from there. But still, it's never a bad step to take. Good job from the side of Surge. Abuza finds the first kill, and that opens the floodgates. A lot better from Surge here against a very, very good Search and Destroy team. But you would need to find 3 more rounds. And that's the daunting task still ahead of them. Could they give us a series here, chance, or will Toronto Ultra close this one out? We switch it up sides now, attacking round for Ultra. And they seem to be being very aggressive every single time they are offered the opportunity on these attacks. And looking like it's going to be that way again, over towards Market at least anyway. Insight finding Abuza. It's a 4v3 for Ultra now.
Oh, look at this, though. Straight through the smoke goes Hook in, well, straight to the grave he falls.
Wow.
And you have Envoy laying down in smoke, waiting for the push. Okay, Ultra, yep, easy reads on that front. Great nade to seal the deal towards the end in a 2-0 lead. Currently against Seattle Surge. Karachi, they've been fine. It is business as usual. Handshakes out and about. I'm glad Ultra are having fun.
Pleasure doing business with you. Toronto Ultra. 2 to the good. And just nothing to really say for Surge. I mean, look, there was a couple of rounds here and there. They were able to find some nice players coming on through, but it definitely feels there is a quite large gap between these two squads, not just in the CDL standings, but in just raw talent at this moment in time. Toronto Ultra cruising in the series against Surge. CleanX again, another huge performance on a Karachi, 11-4 from him. Chris Puckett knows he's Call of Duty, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Puckett's on point, has been the entire year. CleanX also, last time we played Surge on LAN at Boston, literally ran it down the entire series. He's doing the exact same thing once again. And I got to say, I appreciate the novelty of the handshakes at the end right there. Bunch of gentlemen on the side of Toronto.
Making things look quick and easy here, though. Up against Seattle Surge so far. Karachi Control is going to be coming up very, very shortly. Is it going to be the same old story, though? Or can Seattle Surge potentially turn this one around? Chance it's been a tough watch so far. But is there any route back in? Is the Control potential here?
I mean, look, Toronto Ultra, maybe the best Karachi Control team in the game, if not number one. They are certainly top 2, but excitement in the player cams for Ultra. Again, business as usual. 4 gentlemen on the stage. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, Karachi Control potentially to end our Friday.
Upgrade your game with the SCUF, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL Operator, Weapon Blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Toronto Ultra absolutely cruising in this series up against Seattle Surge, but is there a potential comeback on the cards? Most of you will say no, and we will probably be inclined to agree with you, but let's see how it does go. Seattle Surge still with plenty of talented members on their squad, but can they turn it around here? Chance it should. Well, it would be something quite special if they will manage to do so based off those first two maps. It's been solid from Toronto Ultra so far.
Yes, very solid maps from Ultra. Also, we have tickets for Miami coming up. If you're looking long-term, Major II just around the corner. Scan the QR code, get some tickets as well. It's spring break. It's Florida. Honestly, one of the few times I think Florida is enjoyable is quite literally this time of the year. And just to backtrack, Maven is way too old for spring break at this point in time. Just to clarify, I know it was a discussion earlier on. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page for that one. Maven, older than father time. But here you go. We have telepathy from Insight. Great communication on the Ultra side of things as they are gearing up for Karachi Control.
I'm glad you were just able to confirm that about Clem being far too old. Yeah, okay, we know.
His social security number is 1.
See,
That's
somebody
an American joke, actually. I didn't even. I apologize.
Straight
it's
over.
An old school joke. It's a classic. It's not funny to anyone my age, but I'm an old man at heart, so here we are.
Fair. Should be a hell of a time in Miami. I say that from a place of jealousy, absolutely. But here we are, heading into map number 3. We go. Seattle Surge, can you turn this around? This would be a reverse sweep for the ages, to be honest with you, if you can manage to pull this one off. Toronto Ultra dominant in maps number 1 and 2. Now looking to try and do the same here once again. Push over towards the A side, of course, is going to come through very, very early from Ultra. Top 3 control is going to be pretty crucial. Seattle Surge will try and slow this down as long as they can and probably retreat over towards the B side. A couple of kills starting to come through, though. Seattle Surge with some good gunfights falling their way. But some pressure already coming in from Ultra. Really good positioning from the side of Insight. Seattle Surge still with that top 3 control. And that is what will keep you in a good place on this map. Prezi with a couple in the middle of the map. Nicely done. Good start here for Surge.
Yeah, Surge posting up right now towards the middle of the map, but really just to keep these players at bay. Hook, I didn't realize the nade was coming through. I thought he was just challenging with the Rival 9 like that from down low, which he absolutely was, but the Rival 9 can do filthy things. Shout out to Dashy. He was making some highlight reels. In the meantime, though, Ultra have stabilized, all even on the life count front. An extra minute on the clock, though, to work with is actually Abuza. Well, you wanted to late flank. He is successful with at least 1 kill. That's just going to force those spawns back for Ultra. Going to pin them back a little bit more towards their base before they can start working towards B.
Looks like the flank through the spawn is going to start coming on through. Prezi can find one. Can't quite find the second. Arcity's just kicking back. Staying alive over towards the back side. Abuza is here. Not a bad setup here from Seattle Surge. Spread themselves thin across the defensive line, but in good spots to maybe just slow Ultra down, who are down in lives, but only ever so slightly, and now that's been evened up, and Void can find a second as well. He's done really well, and all of a sudden is this potential breakdown coming on through. Prezi needs to find more than one. The shots could be a little cleaner. Insight will find him, and this pressure will continue here. Chance Insight gets taken down. The big kills coming through from Surge.
Yeah, recollecting, making sure they're pushing out the cuts once again. So a nice little moment of opportunity from Ultra, but they are back to square one. Hook, by the way, running at them. He's going to fall. That's going to be 2 from Ultra, and they got the pinch going through. So you got Surge. They're going to be spawning fairly deep out, and on the pinch, it is Envoy potentially able to make the big play. Does he want to play for the spawners or want to help his teammates out over towards time? His teammates, for the moment, how much help are they actually going to need? Quite a bit by the looks of it. Envoy's been hanging out by himself around the zone. His teammates can't really come out to help him. So as long as you take care of Envoy, you're still looking strong on defense.
Abuza doing a really good job just staying alive. Is he going to be able to find the 3rd kill here as well? Envoy's going to have a look. Prezi finds one at the Kleenex. Really good job from Seattle Surge here. And honestly, a lot of that's kind of down to Abuza, who was alive, now is very dead. Envoy can't find a second. They can hold it down 11v9 now. Hook does want to stretch himself thin here across over towards red. Can now get a little bit more control. Looks like the best setup that Surge have had in quite some time. It would be a good break from Ultra to try and find the round here. No ticks over towards the B side. Hook starting to flank. Hook gets gunned. 4 versus 3 on the side momentarily. Envoy on the flank. Potential here. Envoy can't find anything. A booster will find the kill. Hook will find one on the inside, and that should be the round. Nicely done from Seattle Surge. A couple of occasions where you pushed forward maybe a little bit overzealously when you did find a couple of kills, but in the end, they hold it down. Nice defensive round coming out from the Surge boys.
Pretty on point. It is like sort of a known quantity, I think, at this point with Hook, of like, he will fly at you, he will chow, he will give away his life at times, but even after he fell for that first blood, like over towards red, his teammates, very stable. No one followed up. Everyone played nice and slow, held their angles. They had everything covered, and they buy enough time just for Hook to get back into the mix. So, again, if one player's playing at that sort of lightning pace, either you have to be able to follow him up effectively, or you just let him do his thing and execute after the fact. So Surge on point there in round 1. The exact start they needed, and everybody a contributor. Off the break here, it looks like a nice little standard idea. Playing for the kills, get one guy out on point, everybody else play around top third. But Abuza, maybe just the bait in this moment. Maybe leaving him to die, or maybe he could do it himself. You see the baits for the kill on Kleenex and inside. He wins his one inside the point. And again on Karachi, perfection on the opening break. Hook has the pressure on D.
Fantastic work from Seattle Surge. Hook with an important couple of gunfights coming up is going to lose the first one, but the pressure was put on. Ultra have to answer over towards that side, which should mean that A is completely free, but it comes inside. Oh, and he will find the gunny onto Abuza as well. What's unfortunate because Surge want to push over towards the B side, and they might be enticed to do so again. Not quite going to happen inside. We'll find Hook. And again, Seattle Surge forcing their way over towards this B side. We'll just transition through red by the looks of things, but again, not too bad of a start coming in from Surge. Life count they lead. They're probably get a hold of A by the looks of things as well. Looks like Toron Ultra, well, possibly going to have to give this one up. As he should get caught here by Kleenex, not expecting it up top. A should be going over towards Surge in a second, unless Ultra can do something about it at the final seconds. Abuza will fall. Seattle will have to back on down momentarily. But all is not lost yet. 50 seconds to find something here on this attacking round of control.
And that really is the most annoying thing for the team on offense, where you're that close to capturing A and you want to start working over towards B, go through junk, but you just are right back to square one. And again, Ultra just being annoying. Like the A cap feels like almost a guarantee. Finally, it's going to go through, but Ultra clearly going to make them work for it. Right now you got Scrap number 5 pushed out towards junk, keeping things secure. The rest of his teammates on Toronto, no. The pressure's going to be coming through mid and the left flank. That's where Arcides and Brezzy going to be working together, and they're moving pretty quickly. Brezzy already in the back alley. Arcides over up top. And still, they got a lot of work to do before they can make anything happen. You see Arcides worried about the spawners, and when you talk about the good plays from Surge, Ultra ahead of the game, aware of the flanks, putting Surge back to square one.
Arcides in this position is really going to be the linchpin for Seattle Surge. Oh, he gets caught out just a little bit by Kleenex. He won't find the second. Brezzy takes him down. Now Scrap going to have to back on up. He gets wiped out as well. So all of a sudden, you've cleared your flank. You made your way into right of Seattle Surge. Now can you find the break? Lives are dead even. Toronto Ultra is set up. 50 seconds to potentially find something here. First gunfight's going to be absolutely massive. That nade out is going to slow Brezzy down. It will slow that push. Another 5 seconds. Arcides on the flank, though. That could be the break. He finds the first one, and here goes Seattle Surge. The rest of them starting to move now. Inside, he's going to have to find a couple because Brezzy has found Envoy. And all of a sudden, it's looking like a perfect break going to come through from Surge. Kleenex can find nothing. Wonderful work from Surge now, working on B.
Triple stack as well, so this is gonna fall quickly. Maybe only 12 to 15 seconds that Ultra have to work with. And I mean, Scrap first man in, all the angles chosen. It's through a door, just reads it. Still the final tick is nearly here. The trades though enough from Ultra to stop it. And that is a hell of a gunfight from Scrap still, though. 30 seconds on the clock. Surge, they get right here. Back at it again over towards B.
Upset plays coming in from Scrap. Envoy needs to stay alive. The pressure's starting to come in again. And because you were able to defend, you forced them away. But Seattle Surge are back in numbers very, very quickly. Inside with the Renetti. Good work. Arcides can find one. Kleenex is there, but it's going to be down. Hook, he finds 2. 1v1. Hook wins it. Gets himself inside the point. 2 members are alive from Ultra. Scrap finds the gunny though. Abuza inside the point. You got to contest if you're Ultra. If you Surge, the rest of you got to get here, and it's only down to Kleenex. And even he cannot do anything about this. Seattle Surge attacking round. There is life in them yet here, chance.
What a lightning round. And did you see Hook after that, by the way? Instant fist bump, and then boom, back to locked in. Hook absolutely frying. Envoy just caught either without ammo or in the middle of a reload. But that three-piece from Hook on point. And I gotta say, that is like back-to-back pushes at just an absurd pace coming in through Surge. They flipped the switch. Also, Josh, by the way, your free cam on point right there. Nice little side view of all the action. We got RCs jumping off a top AC to get that first kill to initiate the push that got them the round. So here we are, Surge. Off the back again. This is a team, if they get to a map 5, honestly, it's going to be interesting for the high rise. Got to get there first, but Sparachi Control in a very good spot. Inside lines up his teammate Anabuza. A little bit of pressure out towards B, but Surge looking like they're going to be quick to respond.
Heading over Furosities. No tech coming in over towards B inside, just choosing to position himself to slow down any potential reinforcements. And here comes Scrap now, gets over. Not unscathed, but very much alive. And Boyan inside, finding a couple of kills here as well. So it's panic stations now for Surge, as all of a sudden Toronto Ultra can find a way through. That's a 3-stack over towards B out of absolutely nothing. And all of a sudden, if you're Brezzy, you need to find a way over. 2 ticks gone. You need to get going. Brezzy not going to be able to find anything. Toronto Ultra just find a gap and punish Surge immediately.
Well, this is the classic. I mean, look, Surge have a very unique playbook when it comes to control. You watch them on high rise, they'll just give away points for free. Here they execute the exact same game plan. Personally, not a big fan of doing that on defense, but now you just have Ultra. The only thing they have to do is cap the easiest control point in the game, and they get 1 minute and 40 seconds to do it.
Booster's got to know they come behind him. Surely top 3 control is going to be absolutely paramount. Can find one onto CleanX. Can't find the shots onto Insight. Envoy will help as well, finding the shots into Brezzy. The flag coming through from Hook is surely going to be right here from top 3 as well. He will challenge it irrelevant, but onto the point we go for Scrap. He can trade out Envoy. Trophy system in, and now it's Overwatch for Ultra. Trying to answer back after a really good attacking round comes through from Seattle Surge. Inside holding the flank down. Hook, you're never going to win that gunfight, but Abuza and Co can maybe get something going over towards the mid-map. First tick is in. Envoy will find another. Feels like the attacking team is Surge here as they're just trying to get control once again of the middle of the map. Scrap can find one. Next gunfight here from Brezzy is huge, but Insight on Overwatch, 2 ticks gone. Chance this might be the attacking round they need.
It's going to fall through. I mean, never a doubt in anybody's mind. You cannot just give up B that quickly and ever think you're going to win a round. And I mean, this is my bet as a commentator. I'm thinking Surge are going to be quick to respond. They got a guy off spawn. There's, you know, Arsus was top AC. Surely they're going to go defend the more, like the easier point to defend. Nope, it's Seattle Surge. That's like the 3rd time we've seen something like that from those guys. But either way, as you pointed out, Ultra, they do slip the net. They find that opening and they execute perfectly. They get the 3 guys on that B zone. So even with a sort of strange sort of setup, the timings might be awkward. Ultra read it anyway. And again, no pressure there in that round. Insight, by the way, on a 5. Shout out to the observers again for staying on point. One more kill gets Cruz, and it's gone. There is the opening towards the B zone.
Oh, the code gods give it and take it away. Insight not going to be able to do anything about that. And we speak about open routes, and while Seattle Surge have found one themselves, with that kill onto Insight, it opens the door. And who's going to find a kill on the Scrap here as well? This is huge for Insight to potentially find something. The backup is on the way. Child comes through, you find it, and all of a sudden, that's 2 members of Surge still over towards the B side. Hook's going to clear up. B's gone. It's gone. Ultra are going to have to defend over towards A unless they can find some miraculous gunfights coming off the respawn, but it ain't going to happen.
And here's the menace, by the way, just to keep things rolling. Hook in your spawn, gonna be the thorn in their side, but that was everybody on Surge playing perfectly off the opening break. It got blown wide open by the car on Insight, but great gunfights coming through from basically every single player of Surge, and Hook still a menace. His heat map is insane, but we talked about how easy it is to capture this 8 point. Well, it's only difficult if you end up in the blender. Brezzy playing a nice little credit spot to try to keep things open. CleanX, though, if he's living around the coop side of the map, could be a problem. Some wild spawns on the mini-map, by the way. Scrap just got, you know, shot in the back from a player 2 seconds off spawn. Everybody around junk side of the map. But either way, power positions under control for Ultra. They've read the map pressure now.
Scrap reading something potentially coming over that side. Was holding down junk, didn't see anybody. Pressure now going to start coming in potentially on the flank. Toronto Ultra are very much on a swivel here. Oh, the timing's not going to work out for inside. Hook is just going to slip the net over towards the side, but Scrap will deal with him. Boozer top red, though, is going to find something. So maybe a slight inroad now for the side of Seattle Surge, but still struggling to get out their spawn. Is that the spawn for Hook there? Over towards... Yep, yeah, it is. Market spawns coming in, and all of a sudden you have a potential route through. Jump straight on it. Scrap finds the gunfight. Ultra just about holding on here, but it's still not quite secured. What is that?
That's an insane one, but finally, at least Kleenex is gonna fall. He was alive for so long, and it might take a minute to set up, but Surge, they finally broken through at least that initial push, and now you get bodies on the point.
Grenade's going over. One tick not quite in. The grenade not going to land either. Kleenex can't find the gunfight. Needs the rest of the team to come in through. Scrap, ridiculously accurate. Envoy finds one. They clear them off the point, but they need to find these next couple of gunfights. Brezzy is there to find one. Potential for Seattle Surge to still win a map here. 11 versus 10 in terms of live remaining. Now 10 apiece. It's an absolute blender in the middle of the map between these two teams. Nobody really in control. Envoy at the point. He has company as well. The shots into a Boozer are absolutely relentless. And 4 down all of a sudden.
And that's going to be the problem, because you're back to the junkyard side spawns. It's getting red. The pressure's going to be there, and they actually decap that A zone. So you're not getting kills. The time is ticking down, and because of Envoy's work, you are back in your spawn with 4 lives remaining. Ultra do one of the most difficult things to do in control. They execute it nearly perfectly. Surge, last push attempt, and you're running into a blender. Ultra showing off the goods. That's exactly why they're one of the best Karachi control teams in the game.
Solid from Ultra. Unwavering in their defense over towards the A side. Both two teams letting B slip, but this time around, Insight and Co can hold down A and send us to around number 5. Controllers being, well, by far the most interesting map of this series so far. Maps 1 and 2 are wash for Toronto Ultra, but they have been made to work for it here on Karachi for the 3rd time in a row. 2 apiece. Who's going to get over towards the defensive side? Honestly, it's hard to call even which way it would go anyway. I mean, you would always kind of presume the defensive side should be able to hold down. It's going to be Ultra to attack. But they found far too many easy routes over towards this B side. Seattle Surge are going to have to be tight.
And well, it's still going to be a normal hit off the rip, right? So they've had easy routes for the opportunities, but those have come in the middle of the round. They are right back to their standard square one. And nice little first blood, nice little second blood. All the kills simply falling into their laps. And even a kill away from the Cruise. Insight still staying around the objective. Has a trophy and a little bit of help, but the next gunfight could be key. And this is going to be it. Again, just falling into their laps. A zone secured. You got a cruise missile in 2 minutes and 20 seconds to work with. Hit the gas pedal. That go button firmly there. They're working their way over towards B quickly. Maybe one player of Booze behind enemy lines and a couple kills coming through right there from Surge. But the jump control is lost. That means close spawns from this point on from Ultra. The opportunity's here.
Luke finds a good kill. We'll start to get some control over towards the top right side. Needs to win this gunfight. If you're Kleenex, should get traded out, but the player's not quite there. And available to help out Kleenex staying alive. Bear in mind that cruise missile is available, but the kill's just very much fallen the way of Seattle Surge so far. Turn on its head though. If you're Envoy and Scrap, you find 2. Envoy with a gunfight that just didn't look like he was going to win. And all of a sudden, with Hook hitting the flank, as he often does, the door is open over towards the B side. Hook can find Insight. Calling in the cruise missile. Gonna find something with it to just try and slow things down, but the flank's coming on through. Hook now is gonna find another on Envoy. How on earth is he broken this open? Seattle Surge clean wipe to force Ultra back. Scrap is here to potentially do something, but immense from Hook to hold that down.
Yeah, no, Hook killing the guy that was in the cruise is as clutch as it could possibly be. You're still not blocking the spawns, though, so it's still going to be those close, strong spawns on a consistent basis coming through on the side of Ultra. And still the opportunity maybe to set up another play, a couple kills coming through, and now I think it's going to be the real opportunity from Ultra. Players out towards Bus, RC's maybe going to find a freebie in the back alley. Kleenex is going to fall, and another 2 down coming through Surge. They are holding strong.
Looking good. 17 versus 12 in the lives department. Close spawns coming in, though. Takes one good wipe here from Toronto Ultra. Good bait coming in. Scrap will find one. Oh, Hook doesn't see him either. The shot's going to go in. He'd be getting screamed at. That Hook's behind you. That nade's not going to help either. Resi is now here. The backup has arrived. Kleenex will be able to find one as well. And welcome to just an absolute craziness going on over towards the point. Kleenex has done so well to find 2, and that might break things open. All of a sudden, you've got a couple of members in here from the side of Ultra. Only one player, maybe a position to do some. That's going to be who. Cruise Missile coming in. Inside's going to be coming in off the respawn. And this is just going to slow them down. 2 ticks are in. If you're Seattle Surge, you've got to move, and you've got to move very, very quickly. Brusty can find one towards the backside. You've got to contest. You've got to contest now. It's not going to happen. Some adversity in map number 3, but Toronto Ultra deal with it. 3-0. Control goes their way. Seattle Surge. The bad luck continues.
Well, the only difference on that map ton is Scrap's feet didn't hit the table until after the map was done. They did get pushed, but they executed. That was a like zone defense from Ultra in the round prior. And of course, the execution on offense towards the end. Things got mixy, but I think when the pressure got cranked up for the side there for Seattle Surge, a couple people's heads on a swivel, not knowing what direction to look. Kleenex at some point just makes the play, gets the timing to hit that sort of like back alley around the dumpster, picks up a 2-piece and flips the switch. I mean, Hook did have a hell of a map, super well timed on the flanks. Hook was a menace virtually the entire time, 600 to 800 damage, a bunch of assists as well. That is all just